Nile River Valley's ancient civilization has fascinated people around the world for thousands of years. From its iconic pyramids to its mysterious hieroglyphics, there is something about this historical period that captures our imagination and makes us wonder about the lives of the people who live there. Even though many people think they know a lot about ancient Egypt, there are still plenty of secrets waiting to be discovered. In this video, we will share 10 secrets you didn't know about ancient Egypt. So sit back and get ready to learn about some amazing facts about this lost civilization. Number 1. Pyramids as tombs. One of the most well-known symbols of ancient Egypt is the pyramid, built over 4,500 years ago. These huge structures are still standing today and are a reminder of the advanced engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. The largest pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza, was built as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu and is over 481 feet tall. Inside the pyramid, archaeologists have found several secret chambers and passageways that were likely used to protect the pharaoh's body and belongings. They found that the entrance to the queen, this chamber was concealed behind a false wall, and that one of the rooms had a hole drilled into it from above so the body could be lowered into it. The discovery of these secret chambers has led to speculation that there may be even more hidden parts of the pyramid that are yet to be found. 2. The true size of the Great Sphinx. The Great Sphinx of Giza is another famous landmark of ancient Egypt. This statue has the body of a lion and the head of a human, and it is believed to have been built in the 20th century BC. However, many people do unrealize that the original size of the statue was much larger than it is today, according to researchers from the University of Warsaw. The paws of the Sphinx were originally about 7 feet high, making the entire statue over 19 feet tall. This would make the Sphinx almost twice the size it is now, which is only about 66 feet long. Researchers believe that the paws of the Sphinx were intentionally broken off at some point in history, possibly during an earthquake or by human activity. 3. Egyptian slaves. It is commonly known that the ancient Egyptians kept slaves. But recent discoveries suggest that slavery in ancient Egypt was not what we think it was. Research suggests that slavery in ancient Egypt was not based on race or ethnicity, but rather on social class. Many slaves were actually free Egyptians who had been captured in war or had simply chosen to become slaves for economic reasons. In fact, some slaves were even able to earn their freedom after working for a certain number of years. Furthermore, research has shown that Egyptian slaves were often treated better than the slaves in other ancient civilizations. They were given better food, clothing, and housing, and were even allowed to own property and have families. Number 4. Female pharaohs. Ancient Egypt was mostly ruled by male pharaohs, but there were a few female pharaohs who left their mark on history. Cleopatra is perhaps the most famous female pharaoh, but she wasn't the first. The first woman to rule Egypt was Hatshepsut, who reigned from 1478 to 1458 BC. She was initially regent for her husband's young son, and took the title of Great of Praises, Hisat, which literally means foremost of noble women. However, she later declared herself pharaoh, and began to build monuments and temples with her own image on them. 5. It's an Egyptian in the Bible. While researching the tombs of ancient Egypt, archaeologists came across a mysterious artifact that turned out to be a piece of the past. A broken clay jar with biblical ties was discovered inside the tomb of an ancient Egyptian priest named Tutu. The jar contained a small amount of fragrant oil and was dated back to the 9th century BC. The discovery was significant because it provided physical evidence of the biblical account of the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt, according to the Bible. When the Israelites fled Egypt, they took with them jars of oil from the Egyptians, which they used to anoint themselves with. This discovery provided tangible proof of this account, connecting the ancient Egyptians to the Israelites and providing insight into the cultural exchange between the two civilizations. Number 6. The murder of Ramesses. Ramesses II was one of the longest ruling pharaohs in ancient Egyptian history, reigning for over 66 years. He was responsible for many impressive building projects, including temples, statues, and tombs. However, his death was not as peaceful. Recent research suggests that he was actually poisoned by his own son, Merneptah, who wanted to take the throne. Evidence of this can be seen in the unusual mummification of Merneptah's remains. as his body showed signs of mercury poisoning, which was a common way to kill someone in those days. Well, this theory is still debated. It's an intriguing possibility that adds a dramatic twist to the story of this powerful pharaoh. Number 7. Ancient Egyptian pronunciation. The ancient Egyptians wrote in hieroglyphics, which is a type of writing that uses pictures and symbols to represent words, sounds, or ideas. While hieroglyphics are impressive and beautiful, they can be difficult to decipher, especially when it comes to pronunciation. Until recently, scholars had no idea how the ancient Egyptians pronounced their language. However, in 2021, researchers from the University of Cambridge made a breakthrough discovery. Using advanced imaging techniques, they were able to examine the mummy of a priest named Neseamon and discovered a set of engraved letters that provided a key to understanding how hieroglyphics were pronounced. The discovery has allowed scholars to make educated guesses about the pronunciation of certain hieroglyphs and has opened up new possibilities for understanding ancient Egyptian culture. 8. Animal worship. Ancient Egyptians were known to worship animals, particularly cats, dogs, and baboons. They kept these animals as pets, and mummies of these animals have been found in many tombs. However, animal worship went beyond just keeping them as pets. The ancient Egyptians believed that these animals were sacred and that they had souls. They also believed that these animals could communicate with the gods and that they could bring good luck to those who worshipped them. For example, the cat goddess Bastet was associated with protection, fertility, and motherhood. The ancient Egyptians believed that worshipping Bastet could bring good luck to women who were trying to conceive. 9. The Lost Golden Age. Ancient Egypt is often referred to as the cradle of civilization, and for good reason. The ancient Egyptians developed many of the things we associate with modern civilization, such as writing, mathematics, and architecture. But did you know that there was a golden age in ancient Egypt? Yes, there was. During the reign of Amenhotep III, ancient Egypt reached a golden age of prosperity and peace. This lasted for about 40 years and saw many great achievements in art, architecture, and literature. However, this golden age did not last forever. After Amenhotep III's death, Egypt entered a period of decline that lasted for several centuries. The country was plagued by famine, war, and political instability. It wasn't until the reign of Ramses II that Egypt once again entered a period of prosperity. Number 10. Ancient Egyptian cosmetics. The ancient Egyptians were known for their love of luxury and their obsession with beauty. They were also very adventurous when it came to experimenting with different looks. The ancient Egyptians wore makeup not only to enhance their natural features, but also to protect themselves from the elements. They used a variety of natural ingredients to create their cosmetics, such as flowers, herbs, and minerals. For example, they used a mixture of ground galena and malachite to create a green eyeliner that they applied to their eyes. They also used red ochre to create a natural blush and kohl to darken their lips. The ancient Egyptians were not afraid to experiment with bold and bright colors, and their love of luxury meant that their cosmetics were often adorned with gold and precious stones. What do you think of these ancient Egyptian facts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating civilization and the secrets it holds. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.